Assalamualaikum everyone. So basically, training need analysis, or we call as TNA, is a process used to identify employer skill gap and determine the appropriate training needed to improve their work performance. Nowadays in Malaysia, many organizations are focusing on employee upskilling because technology and work environment are rapidly evolving, especially with digital transformation and Industry 4.0. Therefore, company need employees who are able to adapt to this change effectively. As we can see, this mind map explain the process of determine training need within a organization. Firstly, the company identify the desired work performer or expected standard. Then the organization evaluate the employer actually performer at the workplace. Next, a gap analysis is a conduct to compare the expected performer with the current situation. If the gap is caused by lack of knowledge, skill, or ability, the organization will conduct training need analysis to identify suitable training program for employee. Another point for this introduction, in Technique A, organization focus on three important elements, which are knowledge, skill, and ability. Knowledge refer to what employee know, such as company procedure or accounting principle. Skill are technical ability that can be learned through training, for example like Microsoft Excel or problem solving skill. Meanwhile, ability refer to employee capability to apply their knowledge and skill effectively in performing tasks and responsibility. In this slide is about a practical example of training need analysis in Malaysia can be seen in Petronas and Top Glove. For Petronas, the company identified the need for employees to develop new technical and energy transition competencies as the industry continue to evolve. Through InStep and the Petronas Energy Transition Academy, Petronas provide target training and certification program to equip employees with the skill required for future industry demand. As a result, more than 30,000 employees have been upskilled through various development programs. It's a similar in Top Glove. Employees continue to learning and development to ensure employees possess the competencies required for their current role and future career advancement. Based on this training need, the company provide on-the-job coaching, classroom training, and e-learning program. As you can see in FY 2023, Top Growth record over 170,000 training hours and invest more than 2.6 million in employee training and development. This example demonstrate how organization use training need analysis to identify competency gap and implement suitable training program, ultimately improve workforce capability and supporting long-term organization success.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To our lecturer and to all my friends. On the next slide is about level of TNA, training need analysis, which is consists of three level: organization level, operational level, and individual level. First, for organization level, is designed to address a problem and weakness of the organization of the company, as well as to further the improvement in a strength and competency among their company. It is important of the changes of the trend like economic, politics, and technology. The organization level training is related to the performance level of employee, the knowledge of new employee, and the continuous training to optimize the performance of organization. For the second point is operational level, which is the operational level is identified and analyzed to priority needs of the group for training to avoid waste of resources such as budget, energy, and time. This is important to finding a specific training of a group to receive the upskill and knowledge that necessary. It is also to determine the occupational group experience skill gaps or the discrepancies and how to address them. For the third level of TNA is individual level, which is the training is focused on individual. This is involves of a performance of appraisal, which is the appraisal performance is data is needed and important to analyze and identify the strengths and weakness among individual of employee. It is accountability to supervisor to conducted and determine the employee's performance range and inadequacies in a formal review. Then the supervisor can design to train and help employee to overcome their weakness and enhance their strengths. The importance of TNA. My first point is it is important because can identify and clarify the weakness and the strengths in organization. The second, the company can do the preparations on uncertainty economy, political and business. It is given the advantages to company to ensure the optimized capability of a company. The third is company can avoid the waste of resources such as financial, time and energy. Somehow when we doing the training that not necessary need for the employee is given the waste of the resources. On the next, to plan an earlier particular rule, it is given the preparation to the employee and organization to study and upskill the training to ready on the particular rule that can be performed in any time. The determining specific training among employee. This is can help a company to analyze and determine what is the best training for the strengths and weakness of their employees. The lastly, it is given the increased skill and knowledge among the employees.
Hello, thank you for being here today. Every year, organizers spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of workforce development. But a critical question we must ask ourselves is, are we training out of strategy or are we just guessing? There is where a training analysis or TNA need comes in. We can see for this first, implementing a structured TNA move us away from generic box checking exercise and transform corporate learning into a strategy powerhouse. Look at 4 areas in evaluate. First, strategy and finance alignment. A training ensure our training budget isn't wasted on generic costs. It pinpoint exact skill gaps, maximizing our resources, allocate and delivering a much higher return on investment, or ROI, is perfectly aligns employing capability with our long-term business goal. Second, operation performance. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, a TNA identify specific skill gaps so we can deploy target training. This naturally leads to more efficient process and a direct increase in daily productivity. Third, risk management. Rather than being reactive after a mistake happen, a TNA acts as an early warning system. It helps us productivity resolve issue, prevent operational bottlenecks, and ensure strict compile to reduce legal or financial risk. Finally, employee and culture. Employee want to grow by using a 10A. We can design clear career development pathway, boosting moral and culture, a highly committed, loyal workforce. However, to truly unlock this benefit, we must be realistic about operation handlers. A 10A is a powerful diagnostic tools, but as outlined is our next slide, it comes with real challenge that we must navigate carefully. Time and process versus technology advancement. A true TNA takes time. The data collection pace can be slow. In teach driven sector, we face the risk of obsoleted skills, meaning by the time the analysis is finished, the technology or market may have already moved forward. Cost and funding. There is a high upfront cost involved, especially if we rely on external consultant. To ensure objective, we must weigh this intel investment against the long-term ROI. Data and analysis hardness. With modern analytics, it is easy to fall into analysis fallacies. If we gather incorrect of purely subjective data, we risk miscollecting our effort or damage employee morally by focusing on the wrong things. Employee resistance. This is face the biggest culture hindrance. When you start auditing skill, employee often fear it is hidden performance appraisal or a precursors to lay off. This fear cause them to hide their weakness, which is compromise our data. System issue. Lastly, we must remember that training cannot fix a broken system. If a department is underperforming due to toxic management or outdated tools, misdiagnosing it as a training issue will only waste resources.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Saini and to all my friends. For this slide, I will explain the strategies for conducting an effective training with analysis. First, training analysis should be aligned with business goal. This means any training provided must support the organization objective and help improve overall performance. Second, this is important to conduct three-level analysis, which include organization, task, and individual levels. This helps to identify the real skill gaps more accurately. Next, organization should use data-driven decision. Instead of guessing, decisions should be based on KPIs, performance review, and real workplace data. Besides that, collecting employee feedback is also very important. This can be done through survey, interview, or input from managers to understand actual training needs. Organization can also benchmark industry practice by looking at how other successful companies design and implement their training programs. Lastly, training need analysis to be a continuous process. It is not done only once, but should be regularly reviewed and improved to match changing needs. In conclusion, these strategies help organizations design more effective training that improve employee performance and productivity. To wrap up this presentation, I will now go through the conclusion. To conclude, training need analysis or TNA is very important for any organization. It helps identify the skill gaps among employers and ensure that the right training is planned to improve job performance. When training need analysis is implemented effectively, organizations like Insta, Petronas, and Top Glove are able to develop a more skilled, productive, and competitive workforce. In summary, TNA not only improves employer performance, but it also increases motivation and support long-term organization growth in changing business environment. Overall, training need analysis is a key foundation for continuous improvement, ensuring that both employers and organizations grow together to meet future challenges effectively.